Some hockey stories sound fake, too perfect, too crazy to be real. But this one actually happened. How does an undrafted defenseman, ignored by scouts, end up in the NHL? How does someone go from working long shifts at Costco just to pay for training to skating under the bright lights of the Bell Center in Montreal? This is the true story of Arber Xhekaj. No fairy tale, no exaggeration, just grit, patience, and belief when quitting felt easier. In today's video, Pucknuts breaks down his unbelievable rise. So how did he do it? And why didn't he quit? Let's begin. And if you love real hockey stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Early life, built by immigrant grit. Arber Xhekaj was born on January 30th, 2001 in Hamilton, Ontario. His parents came to Canada as immigrants looking for a better life, not fame or success in sports. His father, Jack, arrived from Kosovo, and his mother, Simona, came from the Czech Republic. There was no hockey background in the family, no connections, and no shortcuts. What they had was a strong work ethic. Arber grew up in a simple, close family where hard work mattered. Hockey was not easy for him early on. He wasn't a star, and scouts often ignored him. Still, he stayed tough and disciplined. His younger brother Florian later reached the NHL too, making their story even more special. Overlooked and undrafted, Arber's early hockey years were tough and often discouraging. He wasn't dominating games, and he didn't have hype around his name. Scouts didn't see him as a future star, and he wasn't fast-tracked like many other players. In 2017, when the Ontario Hockey League draft took place, Arber went completely undrafted. For many young players in Canada, that moment ends the dream. The OL is one of the main paths to the NHL, and not getting picked sends a clear message that the system doesn't believe in you. Arber could have quit. Many players would have, but he didn't. With strong support from his family and a refusal to give up, he kept pushing forward. He earned a spot with the St. Catharines Falcons in the GOHL, a junior B league far from the spotlight. There were no cameras, no hype, and no guarantees, only ice time. He didn't score much, but he played tough, hit hard, blocked shots, and stood up for teammates. Slowly, people began to notice his fearlessness. Respect replaced attention, and that was enough to open the next door. Kitchener Rangers. In 2018, Arber Xhekaj got a chance that could have easily passed him by. The Kitchener Rangers of the OL invited him to training camp. There were no promises, no contract, just an opportunity. Arber arrived knowing he had to earn everything. He wasn't drafted, and nobody expected him to make the team. But he surprised everyone. As a walk-on, he forced his way into the lineup and played close to 60 games in his first full OL season. He quickly became a stay-at-home defenseman with a mean edge, someone opponents hated playing against. By the 2019-20 season, his role was clear. He wasn't there to score goals. He was there to protect teammates, play physical, and bring toughness every night. That year, he recorded 6 goals, 11 assists, and 88 penalty minutes in 51 games. The numbers weren't flashy, but his impact was real. Teammates felt safer with him on the ice. Then, just as momentum was building, everything suddenly stopped. The pandemic. In 2020, everything stopped. The world shut down, and the OL canceled the entire 2020-21 season. For young players, it was a nightmare. No games meant no growth, no exposure, and no momentum. For Arber Xhekaj, it was even harder. He wasn't signed to any NHL team, had no backup plan, and time was slipping away. To survive and keep chasing his dream, he took a job at Costco in Hamilton. While other players waited for hockey to return, Arber was unloading trucks, stacking shelves, and working long shifts to pay for training. During this time, he joined the Turek hockey program, which adjusted its setup to help players stay ready during the pandemic. It wasn't cheap, and Costco paid the bills. Arber later admitted hockey always came first, even if that meant being late for work. His manager told him he would need to choose between Costco and hockey. Arber refused to quit either. He worked, trained, and kept believing. Most people would have walked away. He didn't. Returned to junior hockey. When junior hockey finally returned, Arber Xhekaj came back changed. He was stronger, more confident, and played with a clear edge. Midway through the 2021-22 season, the Kitchener Rangers traded him to the Hamilton Bulldogs, sending him back home at the perfect time. Between the two teams, Arber played 51 games that season and became an important part of Hamilton's defense. His physical style set the tone, especially during the playoffs, where his presence made a real difference. The Bulldogs went on an incredible run. They won the old championship and earned a spot in the Memorial Cup final. Although Hamilton lost the final game, Arber's impact was impossible to ignore. He was named to the Memorial Cup All-Star team, a huge honor for a player who had gone undrafted and overlooked for years. Even then, NHL teams passed on him again. But one team was paying close attention: Montreal Calls. In the summer of 2021, Arber Xhekaj got the chance he had been waiting for when the Montreal Canadiens invited him to rookie camp. There were no promises and no spotlight, just another opportunity to prove himself. Arber didn't waste it. He impressed the coaches with his toughness, discipline, and strong attitude. On October 4th, 2021, the Canadiens rewarded his effort by signing him to a 3-year entry-level contract. The story quickly grabbed attention, not just because he signed, but because of how he got there. Only months earlier, Arber had been working at Costco to pay for training. Kitchener Rangers general manager Mike McKenzie later confirmed the story was true, saying Arber even missed team Zoom meetings because of work shifts. Now, he was wearing the iconic Montreal Canadiens sweater. Rookie season. The 2022-23 season began with injuries on Montreal's defense, and Arber Xhekaj made the opening night roster. On October 12, 2022, he played his first NHL game in a 4-3 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. He made history by becoming the first NHL player with a last name starting with the letter X. Just 3 days later, he earned his first NHL point. On October 20, he gained major attention by fighting veteran Zack Kassian and holding his own. 2 nights later, he scored his first NHL goal against Dallas. In just 1 week, Arber became a fan favorite. Teammates nicknamed him Weefy because of his difficult last name. That season, he played 51 games, scoring 5 goals and 8 assists with 101 penalty minutes, leading the team. His season ended early in February 2023 after a shoulder injury during a fight. Setbacks and growth. The 2023-24 season brought new challenges for Arber Xhekaj. After returning to Montreal's lineup, he suffered another upper body injury in November. When he recovered, he was sent to the AL's Laval Rocket to regain form. Some saw it as a demotion, but it wasn't. In Laval, he found his rhythm again, scoring 3 goals and 8 assists in 17 games while anchoring the defense. Recalled on January 22, 2024, he finished the season with 44 NHL games, 3 goals, 7 assists, and 81 penalty minutes. Still learning, but proving he belonged. Development and identity. In July 2024, Montreal showed their trust in Arber Xhekaj by signing him to a 2-year, $2.6 million extension. By October, he played his 100th NHL game. During the 2024-25 season, he appeared in 70 games, scoring 1 goal, 5 assists, and leading the team with 118 penalty minutes. His role was clear. He wasn't there to score. He was there to protect teammates, set the tone, and act as the team's enforcer, the Sheriff of Montreal, trusted in the moments that mattered most. Playoff debut. On April 25, 2025, Arber Xhekaj made his natural playoff debut against the Washington Capitals. He didn't score, but his presence shifted the game's energy. By season's end, he had nearly 170 NHL games, about 30 points, and 300 penalty minutes, going from undrafted to a key irreplaceable player. Conclusion. Arber Xhekaj's story matters because it isn't about numbers or awards. It's about belief. From going undrafted, to working at Costco, to standing his ground in the NHL. His road wasn't easy, it wasn't fair, but it was real. In a league where skill is everywhere, Xhekaj shows that grit, toughness, and heart still matter. He proves that if you keep working, doors can open when you least expect them. So what do you think? Does effort still matter in today's NHL? Is Arber Xhekaj's journey one of the most inspiring hockey stories ever? This is Puck Nuts. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more real hockey stories.